Well, hello there, and welcome to Medicare Made Plain, brought to you by AssureSource. For the next few minutes, we're going to be talking about IRMAA. If you've never heard of IRMAA as it pertains to Medicare, IRMAA is one of those things that if it applies to you, folks have a lot of questions about. So we're going to take a few minutes, use some real-world examples, explain how it works, and more importantly, how you may be able to appeal it. Okay? So again, thanks for stopping by our little place of business. We hope you learned something today. So let's start talking about IRMAA. So I guess a great place to start would be, what is IRMAA? IRMAA stands for an income related monthly adjustment amount. An income-related monthly adjustment amount. You say, Dustin, that's great to know and everything, but what does that mean? Essentially, if you made over a certain amount of money 2 years ago, Medicare can charge you more for your Part B and your Part D premiums. We'll put a chart up in just a moment that will go over those income amounts for both a single person and someone who is married, and then how much the penalty would be for both Part B and Part D. But before we look at that chart, let's talk about how that you might be able to appeal some of those. There's going to be a form that we'll also pull up here in just a moment. We'll let you see what it looks like, that you can fill out, take it to your local Social Security office, and you may be able to appeal your IRMAA charges. Some of the ways that you can appeal those is, let's say you're not making that amount of money now. I had some folks just a couple of months ago that they did make quite a bit of income while they were working, but because it's based on 2 years ago, by the time they went on to Medicare, they had already retired and they were not making that type of income anymore. So we were able to say that their income has not sustained at that amount, and so they shouldn't have to pay that penalty here in 2025 because they're not making the money in 2025 that they did back in 2023. Some other folks that may run into an IRMAA penalty are going to be individuals that maybe took some money out of some sort of retirement account and then it became taxable income, because this is based on your modified adjusted gross income. Okay, you may hear people call that your MAGI. Okay, I had a gentleman that took quite a bit of money, almost $100,000 out of an IRA in order to remodel his kitchen. Okay, the first thing I would say is that was a very nice kitchen for $100,000. The second thing is that we were able to get that appealed by saying this is a one-time event. This is not yearly income. He took that money out one time, and so we were able to get that penalty appealed. Okay, we were able to get about 75% of the IRMAA charges that we run into with our clients appealed for them, so they do not have to pay those. Because as we'll look at in just a second, those charges can be pretty exorbitant. So let's take just a few moments and look at the 2025 Medicare premiums for folks who are experiencing IRMAA charges. Okay. Again, it's based on your 2023 income. These two columns over here on the left-hand side deal with the income. Okay. If you notice, this first column is going to be for folks who are single. The second column is for folks who are married. It starts at here at this $106,000 range for folks who are single, 212 for those who are married, and goes all the way up to 500,000 for single folks and 750,000 for those who are married. If we look over here to the right, we'll see two more columns. The first deals with the Part B premium for those who are experiencing Medicare MAGI charges. For those at the lowest level, it's going to be this $259. Okay, And for those who are at the top level, you're looking at $628.90 as far as what they'll pay 2025 Part B premium. Then if we look at this final column, we see the Part D premium. Again, it's going to start at $13.70 for those who are at the lowest level, and then go all the way up to $85.50 for those that are at the highest. And that is plus the plan premium. So let's make it easy and say that your plan premium is $10. Okay. So at the lowest level, it would be $23.70. At the highest level, it would be $95.80. So I thought we'd take just a few minutes and look then at the form that is used to appeal the 2025 IRMAA charges. If you look at the name of the form is up here in the upper left-hand corner, it is an SSA-44. It is 8 pages long. It's fairly straightforward, but we wanted to take just a few minutes and look at the most important part, which is the top part of page 2, that deals with the life-changing events. You'll see that there's 8 different ones, starting with marriage, then divorce, death of spouse, all the way down to employer settlement payment. So there's a lot of different ways that you can appeal it because your income has changed since 2023. Maybe it was a one-time thing for taking money out of an IRA. And then again, it could be something where you're retired. If it's a situation where you're retired, you're looking at a work stoppage. If it's a situation where you're not working as much as you used to, that's then going to be a work reduction. For some of those more complicated issues, you may need more help. So now that we've talked about exactly what IRMAA is, we've looked at the chart that deals with the income levels and the penalties that go along with each income level for both Part B and for Part D. We've even looked at exactly what that form looks like in order for you to get it appealed. The most important question then is, what does all this mean to you? What it means to you is if you find yourself where you're getting an IRMAA penalty, it's important to look at whether or not it is a good idea for you to appeal it. In most situations, it is. Which leads us to, what if you need help filling out that IRMAA appeal form? Well, if you need more help, there's a few ways for you to contact us that's down in the description of this video. If you contact us, those come to me, and then I will get you in touch with the agent that is closest to you and is also best equipped to take care of this particular situation for you. As always, there is no charges for anything that we do, and we'd be happy to help you in any way that we can. Well, I hope you learned something today. Again, we want to thank you for coming by our little place of business, and we hope you have a blessed rest of your day. Thank you. Bye-bye.